if you learn to pursue life in a positive way, then positive things happen. If you learn to pursue life negative, then you always have to look over your shoulder. So I learned not to do negative things because in the long run, it always come back and haunt you.
Mm, make very much sense. Um, Being both a pastor and an entrepreneur, how do you balance out faith in business without compromising either?
Well, you see, the beautiful thing is everything we do, you're not doing it for man, you're doing it for the Lord. So once you put God first, you do not see what you do for man. Because the Bible already told you whatever you do for one of these, you're not doing it to them, you're doing it to him. So you have a heart that you know that anything go in, it is God. So you work from your heart and not your mind. Because the mind will always deceive you, but your heart will always lead you on the right path.
Mhm. So, do you think when making a business, creating a business, we should have the idea of how can I serve people and help people more so than how can I make a lot of money?
Exactly. See, if you put money first, then you're never gonna get it. Because the whole focus now is on money and not able to do things the right way. Because if you put money first, you don't worry, not concerned about the people or what you're doing. Your concern is about money. So you're never going to able to achieve that money. But if you could put people first, and then people say, "Oh, this guy, he's more about what he's doing for people and not for himself." So people join to stuff like that. So you find that most successful people, they never really think about themselves, but about what they are trying to accomplish. Because people are looking for people who see others, not just self. So in business, I realized that as a young Jamaican came here, I didn't want to open up my business for it to look black or look like it's a Jamaican business. I want it to look like it's a business universal to everybody.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it looked like too. That's beautiful. I have a list of questions. I'm trying to see which one. Oh, gotcha. If you have one message to the youth of Albany or advice, what advice could you give? Would you give the youth?
Well, today in today's world, it is hard to even reach the youth because they have been so far gone that you can't even speak to them no more. But one of the things that I have to take into consideration as a pastor is that when I'm talking, I'm not talking about myself. I'm not even talking about them per se, but I'm using spiritual wisdom to draw them closer. Because when you start to talk about events and place, that ain't gonna make it. But if you start to talk to them about the love of God, how they could do these things and able to help others to achieve what they want, then they will more grasp that. And that's what is missing today because everybody is me. What can I do for myself? How can I get there? Instead of come together and say, how can we do this and make it more positive? How can we go out and have a good time without have to be smoking, drinking, banging? Why can't we just gather together and have some decent fun? You see, young people nowadays don't even think about church. They don't think about God. So everything good is missing. And because of that reason, we find ourselves in a place where it's hard to turn back right
So, what role would you say the church can play in the community?
now. The church played the most important role in family and community because God already made the way for each and every one of us. So if we follow biblical principles, we're able to succeed because life is never about me. It's all about us. And that's what Christ came for. He didn't came for himself, he came for us. And we have to follow the same concept.
Hmm. Unity. Unity. You've always given me that energy too since I've known you, this unification energy.
That's what all life is worth.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Um Violence and drugs are real pressure out here. Do you believe it's the root cause of our condition, the condition us as a people are in collectively?
It's not that it is because of the violence on the drugs. It's because